Organizational Strategies and Sales Function. We all know very well by now that the main function of a sales department is to attract and retain customers. But sales activities need to be coordinated to meet the customer demand with appropriate supply. Also, sales volumes has to be increased considering a particular period of time. Then appropriate persons or agencies have to be found out to carry out the sales activities. A lot of times, sales manager has to give motivation by appropriate means to the salespersons and to give appropriate training to them in carrying out the sales activities successfully. This lesson covers various organizational strategies and sales functions like analyzing the demands of market, studying consumer psychology and market fluctuations, preparing sales budgets, exploring new markets, and so on. It follows from the previous slide that after studying this lesson, you should be able to analyze various sales strategies, enumerate the sales forecasting techniques, understand the way in which sales quotas are decided. We know that big corporations and companies spend over billions annually on personal selling. This is more than they spend on any other promotional method. Sales forces are found throughout the business environment, from the insurance industry to college recruiting, and just about everything in between. Therefore, a company must carefully consider how to design and manage its sales force in order to be successful in the marketplace. Without any authority, sales force will not be able to deal with customers who in turn do not like to deal with persons who have no authority. Therefore, the sales force requires delegation of authority with respect to changing or fixing prices, credit facilities to old and existing customers, assurance regarding quality and after-sale service, and payment terms and settlement of claims. Then you need to set clear targets for your salespeople, linked to incentives such as commissions and bonuses. This motivates them and provides a clear indication of the kind of performance expected of them. Sales forecasting is especially difficult when you don't have any previous sales history to guide you, as is the case when you are working on preparing cash flow projections as part of writing a business plan. One point to remember when sales forecasting is that if you plan to work with a bank for financing, you will want to do multiple estimates so as to have more confidence in the sales forecast. Formulation of an efficient and effective sales strategy includes determining the size of the sales force, decision regarding type and quality of sales force required, designing the sales organization, territory designing, recruitment and training procedures, task allocation, compensation of sales force, performance appraisal and control system, feedback mechanism to be adopted, managing channel relationships, and coordination with marketing departments. Many a sales strategy is based on relationship selling. Unfortunately, some salespeople misinterpret this and attempt to make the prospect their buddy, instead of using sales strategies that will deliver value to their prospect. They have to remember that in this strategy, a major key to success in selling is the ability to establish working relationships with customers in which mutual support, trust, and goals are nurtured over time. The sales force that builds effective relationships with the customer and provides valuable service are usually high performers and top achievers. In double win strategy, customer gets price rebate. In this strategy, both the customer and the salesperson come out of the sale with a sense of satisfaction. The salesperson not only obtains the order, but sets the stage for a long-term relationship, repeat business, and future referrals. No matter how efficiently and effectively goods or services are produced, if they cannot be delivered to the customer in the quickest possible time, all efforts made earlier are in vain, particularly in the context of very short product life cycle, counted in months rather than years. That is why the strategy of instant service holds quite a lot of importance in sales management. Hard sell can be defined as aggressive sales practices aimed at pressuring a customer into completing a transaction quickly. Soft sell, on the other hand, is a sales philosophy oriented towards identifying the customer's expressed and tacit needs and wants through probing questions and careful listening. It contrasts with hard selling, which promotes application of psychological pressure to generate a relatively quick sale. We all know that sales management includes the management of a firm's personal selling function, while distribution is an indirect function. Therefore, integration is required between sales and distribution functions. Client-centered selling strategy focuses the entire selling process and efforts on the client's needs, problems, and successes. Once salespeople learn effective client-centered sales strategies, it is critical that these new skills are embedded in their daily work practices. To achieve this, these new work practices must be measured, coached, and consistently reinforced. A sales forecast is a prediction based on past sales performance and an analysis of expected market conditions. The true value in making a forecast is that it forces us to look at the future objectively. The company that takes note of the past stays aware of the present and precisely analyzes that information to see into the future. The steps in sales forecasting include defining the objectives to be achieved, dividing various products into homogeneous groups, analyzing the importance of various factors to be studied for sales forecasting, selecting the method, collecting and analyzing the related information, drawing conclusions from the analysis made, implementing the decisions taken, reviewing and revising the sales forecasting from time to time. Let us have a look at various sales forecasting methods that companies adopt. The survey method is based on the opinion of buyers and consumers. It is useful with respect to industrial products, but not as far as consumer goods are concerned. According to this method, a company first of all selects potential buyers or consumer. It then collects their opinions for forecasting. In expert opinion method, a company invites the opinions of executives and consultants who are acknowledged experts in studying sales trends. On the basis of their opinion, it forecasts future sales. Market studies method is commonly used by marketeers for consumer goods and is also known as the market test method. A market test provides data about consumers and the marketing mix. Some people use this method as a market experiment method. According to this method, market experiments are conducted on changing consumer behavior, prices, advertising expenditure, etc. Sales force opinion method estimates the buyer's intentions from experienced personnel in the sales force. They can easily forecast for their respective territories. Territory-wise forecasts are consolidated at the branch level, and the branch level forecasts are consolidated at the corporate level. Many an organization also use statistical techniques like trend method or time series method for sales forecasting. Statistical methods are considered to be superior techniques of sales forecasting because their reliability is higher than that of any other technique. Sales quota can be defined as minimum sales volume goal established by the seller. A sales quota may be expressed in terms of dollars or units sold. Quotas may also be set for sales activity, sales costs, and profitability in addition to sales volume. They provide performance targets, standards, control and motivation to the sales team to perform better. A sales organization can set many types of quotas, the most common of which are sales volume quotas, profit quotas, expense quotas, activity quotas, and quota combinations. A buying center is a term used for a team of employees who are engaged in purchasing an item for the organization of their interest. Though in a generic sense, there are typically 5 roles within any buying center. They are end users of the item being purchased by the buying center, buyers who are responsible for the contract buying and they make purchases from other organization or within the same organization, influencers trying to influence the right outcome of decisions with the dominant decisions creating controversy in the buying center. Deciders make final purchase decisions. Gatekeepers maintain to regulate the inflow and outflow of the information in buying centers. Let us now check our progress by filling in the appropriate term in the blanks. Which strategy shows concern for the customers and acknowledges his needs? Soft sell. The next sentence asks about quotas that relate to selling costs within reasonable limits. Expense quotas. Quotas are constantly, due to experience, feedback, and internal and external forces related to the organization. What should be filled in this blank? Changing. We know that quotas are ever-changing, which is the term that we use for a team of employees who are engaged in purchasing an item for the organization of their interest. Buying center. Before we end, let us give a brief revision to what we have studied in this lesson. The sales manager's control over the various activities of the sales force is a must. These activities may sometimes be beyond control, leading to intractable problems in a sales organization. The function of sales management includes the task of organizing, planning and implementing the sales efforts so as to achieve corporate goals related to market shares, sales volume, and return on investments. Organizations adopt various sales strategies like relationship strategy, double win strategy, instant service strategies, client-centered strategies, and integrated strategies. Sales forecasting is an important task for the sales planning department of an organization. Accurate forecasting requires market knowledge and the existence of a comprehensive marketing information system. Sales quotas are of major importance because they establish the end state, the bottom line sought by the sales force. They are not static but dynamic guides to sales force behavior. Quotas are constantly changing due to experience, feedback, internal and external forces related to the organization.